Well, the last time I went game hunting at Walmart, it was kind of a dud because I found a bunch of cheap games and then got rejected. So let's try it again. Maybe we'll get lucky this time. This is the Bargain Game Hunter. So the goal for today's game hunting is we're going to try to find cheap games that are in the like $5 range or less. I am going to check out Walmart, but also a couple pawn shops just to see what I can find. Obviously, if I find a deal that's too good to pass up, I'm going to take advantage of it. But for the most part, we're looking for cheap games. So let's see what we can find on the cheap. So I went back to Walmart's electronics department to try to find more cheap games. And sure enough, I did find more 3-cent games. It was a whole bunch of copies of the Motocross 2. They had like 4 or 5 of them, so I grabbed them all. And then Just Dance 2020 was marked at 3 cents. And there was a copy of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So I went up to the counter, tried to buy them. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds was recalled. I figured it was. So it was Just Dance. The Motocross one still came up as 3 cents, but apparently they were sent an email last week saying they can't sell 3-cent games at all. So I guess I got lucky last week with getting 2 of them. Yeah, so all those channels who are saying, oh, you can get 3-cent games. No, you can't, apparently. Walmart is cracking down on that. So I think it's stupid, honestly. Like, if you're gonna mark a product that you have on the shelf for that cheap and refuse to sell it, even though it's available, like, why? I don't get it. Whatever, at least I'm not as bummed about it as I was last week because I knew it was probably coming. I didn't expect it for the motocross game. I thought I would actually get that, but nope, no games whatsoever. So that just goes to show you Walmart's customer service sucks, but also the fact that they can refuse to sell you a perfectly good product because it's recalled. It's stupid, but whatever. Just keep that in mind if you're trying to go bargain hunting at Walmart. Well, had to go to this side of town anyway, so might as well check up on the pawns, see if there's any good deals. Let's go in. So I decided the goal of this week was kind of to find a whole bunch of games for like $5 or less. Of course, unless I come up with a deal that's too good to pass up. And we definitely succeeded today at Cash America. It was mostly the same games that I've been seeing for a while sit on the shelf, but I was not only able to negotiate a very solid deal, but I found a game that is surprisingly worth a lot more money than you think it is. I'll show you that in a second. Here's our pickups. The first one I got is Extinction on the Xbox One. It's disc only, it's in a red box case. I've seen that sitting there for a while. It's a game I don't own. I know it's not very good, but apparently it's kind of like Shadow of the Colossus. He did a bulk deal for me for all these games, so I don't know the individual prices exactly. But based on how it broke down, 2 of them, it appears, were $3 each, and 2 of them were $5 each. So I'm going to say Extinction I paid $3 for. So even though it's disc only, I still think that's a pretty solid deal. Okay, next up, and this one, shout out to Chase After the Right Price, because I literally just saw a video of him talking about how this game is worth more money than you think it is, and they happen to have it at this pawn shop. Madden 09 on the DS, final Madden game made for the Nintendo DS. And typically, the final game of any franchise is worth a lot more if it's the last on a particular platform. Yeah, this is, I paid $3 for this, and it's worth 10. So I could easily flip it and get some solid money for it. And it's a complete DS game, so definitely pretty stoked about that. Alright, this next 2, I believe I paid $5 for. One of them I picked up more so for the lulz. And one of them, I really didn't need either of these, but I figured, I'm trying to get a bulk deal, so why not? First, we have Duck Dynasty on the PlayStation 4. It's a video game version of Duck Dynasty. Do I think it's going to be good? Absolutely not. But I paid $5 for it. It's probably worth at least that, if not more. Could be fun for the lulz. It is complete, so that's solid. Then last, but certainly not least, I have a game that I already have in my collection, but now it is on my preferred platform. We have Homefront The Revolution on Xbox One. I already have Homefront The Revolution on PS4. I think I paid like $3 for it or something like that, or in a GameStop sale. This one I paid $5 for, but it is complete, and it's on Xbox One. I actually tried to buy this game, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they originally wanted $15 for it. So I've gotten it down to $5. I think $5 is worth picking up a complete copy, especially a complete copy on Xbox One, which is the platform I normally prefer to play my multi-platform games on. So, paid a total of $16 for these 4 games, less than $5 a game or at $5 a game, so definitely qualifies for our value hunting today. Pretty solid lineup, so I'm next going to head across the street to Value Pawn and see if I can find any other solid deals. Alright, back at Value Pawn. I've done pretty well the last couple times I've been here, so let's take a look and see if they've gotten any new inventory that I can get for cheap. Let's go. Oh, we're doing well for cheap, folks. So I picked out 2 different things. One of them was in a bin of games marked 50 cents, which of course, for 50-cent games, you're gonna find a lot of sports trash. I did find one game that wasn't sports trash that I had to pick up. And then the other thing I found was, as you saw, there was this little corner that had like some DS games and stuff in a case, of course a Switch Lite. But they had a loose disc for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and a Xbox One controller. So I asked the guy, well, are you selling these? He's like, yeah. So I took a look at the controller. I was strongly thinking about picking it up. They wanted $30 for it, but it had like some cracks in it and part of the paneling was coming off. So it just wasn't worth the money for me. If it was in a little better shape, I probably would have picked it up, but in the condition it was in, it wasn't worth it. But I did pick up 2 things. First, I have Terraria on the Xbox One. It's Xbox 360. It's marked at $1. I'm going to tell you the price I paid in just a second. Also, in the same case, I have this loose disc of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Xbox One. So, grand total for both of these games, I paid $3.22. I looked at the receipt. It appears what happened was I paid $3 for Dragon Ball, which is a great deal on its own because I did look and that game is worth like $10 loose. And then I paid nothing for Terraria. So I got Terraria for free and paid $3 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse. We're doing pretty well today. Get a bunch of games for cheap. So far, I think I've spent a grand total of $20 and I've gotten 6 games. I'm pretty happy. Now I gotta run some more errands. And then we'll head back to my room where I'll show you a recap of these pickups as well as a few others. All right, so I am back from my pawn shop trip and I do have an extra game that came in from Amazon and I'm going to talk about that deal in a second. So, of course, the goal for this episode, besides our unfortunate fail once again at Walmart, although it would have qualified if I did get that score, is to try to find games that are under or right around the $5 mark. Mostly because the last few episodes, although we have done really well in terms of value compared to what I spent, they weren't cheap. So I figured this time, let's go for cheap, but also good value. And I definitely think we did well on this first batch of pickups. So we're gonna start with the Amazon pickup. Now, before I show you this, I do wanna mention this was made possible because I follow both Cheap Ass Gamer and Wario64 on Twitter. If you are a big fan of value, cheap games and want to find out when there's some amazing deals or in-stock alerts for things like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, these are the 2 Twitter accounts you absolutely need to follow. So, I'm not sure this was a pricing error or just a ridiculously good deal. It was literally gone in like 5 minutes. But they tweeted that this was a price, so I was able to snag it from Amazon. It was on sale at this really low price on Walmart's website, and then Amazon price matched it, so I got it from Amazon. And I'm sure some of you are going to be a little bit surprised by this, but I got Ni no Kuni remastered on the PlayStation 4. And of course, as you see, it is a sealed copy. Now I'm sure you're wondering, why did you get that since you already have it on the Switch? First of all, it's a sealed copy on the PS4. Second of all, I do have Ni no Kuni 2 on the PlayStation 4 as well. So I have a complete set of the two games on PS4 as well as my game on the Switch. And third, I only paid $5.87 for this when it's worth $18. That's pretty amazing. So I can easily flip this and make a profit, whether it's on eBay or even trading into GameStop. I can make more money than I paid for it. So that was an easy pickup. I have not yet decided if I'm gonna keep it or trade it in or flip it. I'm gonna keep it sealed for now while I think about it, but $5.87 for a brand new copy of Ni no Kuni Remastered, you can't beat that. That's pretty spectacular. All right, so we're gonna go to our pawn shop pickups, and I'm pretty proud of not only what we paid, but how much these games are worth. They're worth quite a bit more than you think they are. So we're gonna start off with our red box for Extinction on the Xbox One. This game had been sitting in the case at Cash America for a while, and I considered picking it up. I know it's not a particularly great game, but it's a game I don't have in the collection, and I figured, well, I mean, if I can get it for the right price, I'll pick it up. And I got it for the right price today, I would say. I got $3 in disc-only form. It's worth about $5, so it's not worth a ton, but it's still worth more than what I paid for it, so I'll take that. Next up, and this was a big winner, again, shout out to Chase After the Right Price for hinting that this was a big winner. Madden 09 on the DS. Weird case, you'd be like, okay, it's a Madden game on the DS. How was that worth anything? It is complete. The chip is in good condition. All the paperwork is here. This game goes for $10 in complete copy form. So I paid $3 for a $10 game that I can easily flip on eBay. I'm down. Easy pickup. So awesome. Awesome for that one. This one I mostly got for the lulz and because it was cheap enough. I'm like, you know what? Why the hell not? Duck Dynasty on the PS4. It is complete. The disc is in pretty decent shape. I paid a grand total of $5 for this, and it is worth $10. So this is actually worth a decent amount. This one I'm not fully decided yet if I want to keep it or flip it. It would be kind of fun to play just because it's a Duck Dynasty game. But if I can flip it, I'll probably flip it. This one, yes, I already own this game, but now I have a complete copy. We have Homefront: The Revolution on Xbox One. Like I said, I have it on PS4, but now I have a complete copy on the Xbox One. This one, I paid $5. It's worth about $5, so I broke even, but that's okay. No big deal. These last two, I'm particularly proud of because their value is significantly more than what I paid for them. So we're gonna start off with Terraria on the Xbox 360. Now, as you see, it has a sticker on it that's marked $1. Now, at Value Pawn, they had a bin, which I did show you in the video, of a bunch of games that basically said they were 50 cents a piece. So naturally, I had to take a look and see what they had. Most of it was old sports games that wasn't worth anything, but they did have this, so I picked it up. What I discovered after I left the pawn shop is that I wasn't charged anything for it. I think they just threw it in, so this was free, and it's worth $7. Not complaining on there. I've never played Terraria. I've heard it's good. Now I have a copy on the Xbox 360 that I paid nothing for, so win there. Last but certainly not least, and this one was the game I actually did pay for at Value Pawn, and it's a gem. Plus, I now know what I'm going to do with it. We have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Xbox One. It is disc only, and I only saw it because I was walking around the store and the disc was just sitting on a ledge over by the jewelry counter where they kept some of their systems and stuff. I'm sure because it was disc only and they didn't have a case for it is why I got it so cheap. I got this for $3. It is worth $10. Now what I'm gonna do with it, because I think this is a much better option than trying to sell it online. GameStop is currently doing a trade-in deal, where if you trade in an Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Switch, Series X, or PlayStation 5 game that is worth a minimum of $5, they will give you an additional $5 in trade-in credit. This on GameStop site is worth $5.50 in trade-in. So I can get $10.50 for this disc by itself. I won't have to sell it online. That's pretty darn good. So I can essentially more than double my value by trading it into GameStop and use that credit along with my free $5 reward. And I might trade in something else, we'll see, to get another game to add to the collection. So I'm very happy with this. Very solid pickup. So overall, we got a pretty good stack of games. I got 6 games from the pawn shop plus Ni no Kuni. I paid like $25 for all this. That's incredible. That's a really, really good value. Definitely going to be adding 3 games to the collection with Terraria, Homefront, and Extinction. Duck Dynasty, Madden, and Xenoverse are definitely going to get flipped or traded in. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with Ni no Kuni, but I'll figure it out. So I'd say for finding games for around $5 or less, I've done pretty well so far. That is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you enjoyed this series and want to see more episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. And we're going to do another giveaway because we did one on the last episode. So let's give away something else. I don't have a ton of stuff right now to give away. I'm trying to get kind of a stockpile of codes and digital goodies that I can give away. So this one isn't necessarily the most exciting, but you know what? It's still free. And if you don't have it, might as well try it. I've got a 2-week trial of Xbox Game Pass. So if you would like to try Game Pass, maybe play Outriders, which just came out on Game Pass. MLB The Show is coming out on Game Pass in a few weeks, so there's a bazillion good games to play on Game Pass. If you are not already a subscriber on Xbox One or Series X, you can win a 2-week free trial. All you gotta do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and answer the question of the day, which is, how much do you prefer to pay for games? Now, obviously, everyone wants to pay the least amount possible, but what is like that goal price? What is that price where if a game is that much, you're like, oh, okay, I'll pick that up? Your kind of go-ahead price. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So anyway, that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye. I just dropped it. Yeah. Sorry, sometimes it's hard filming outside when you're only doing everything.